Say what you will about the Disney live-action remakes, there is no denying that there is an extraordinary amount of effort that is being put into creating them. For the most part, they are all extremely well made. I mean, just look at the Lion King remake. That looked like you were watching a Discovery Channel special. That's how good the photorealistic CGI looked. With that being said, a well-made movie does not necessarily mean that it is a good movie. Is Mufasa the Lion King joining the ranks of The Jungle Book, or is it more along the lines of Pinocchio? Let's discuss. Considering the lukewarm reception that audiences had to the Lion King remake, I was very surprised to hear that they were making another one of them, and nonetheless a prequel. And not only that, they snagged an Academy Award-winning director to helm this film. Barry Jenkins is a highly distinguished director. As soon as I heard that he was attached to direct this movie, I was mildly curious because this guy, I didn't think he would put his name or his time and effort into something that was less than perfect. This film has a mostly different cast from the Lion King remake because this is a prequel, obviously, but we do get to hear a little glimpse of Donald Glover and Beyoncé returning to their respective roles. But we also get the likes of Pierre, Tiffany Boone, Blue Ivy Carter, Mads Mikkelsen, Keith David, and a whole lot of others. Oh yeah, and of course we have Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen returning as Timon and Pumbaa. I can't tell what's going on, but I am feeling just a bit burned out of hearing Seth Rogen's voice all the time. I know he can't help his voice, but maybe he is being overused because the burst of popularity he had after like the 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up, he really got just pushed everywhere, and I think that now I am tired of it. This movie starts with Rafiki telling the story of Mufasa's past to his grand cub Kiara, who is played by Beyoncé's daughter, Blue Ivy Carter. It was kind of interesting getting to see a backstory to the legendary Mufasa, and we also get to see how Scar came across his nickname. Side note, this is the second movie this year to feature an origin story of a famous villain. Transformers 1 explored the past of Megatron, and I think that was a pretty solid movie. One of the biggest issues with this movie is I don't know if this story really needed to be told. Sure, Mufasa is a looming presence in the original Lion King movie, but I think not knowing his past actually makes his character more interesting. And the same goes with Scar. I can't say that I think this movie improved on either of those characters' stories, and wasn't that kind of the point? Also, in my opinion, the music in this movie doesn't even come a fraction of being close towards that original movie's score. And I don't think that's just angry nostalgia talking. The original Lion King and the live-action remake both had music that stuck with you, that was easy to sing along to, that was memorable. I can't say any of the songs in this movie landed like that. I don't remember any of them. Which, considering that is kind of what Disney's jam is, they do a lot of musicals, it's a bit of a letdown. The voice cast does a great job, and just like the Lion King remake, this movie looks and sounds fantastic. I saw this movie in IMAX 3D. It was pretty cool seeing it in 3D. I did enjoy the extra depth that you got, but I couldn't help but feel like some of those amazing visuals were kind of diminished by the 3D effect that they add to it. It doesn't do any favors for the picture quality, that is for sure. It was never going to be easy trying to tell the backstory of Mufasa, especially when James Earl Jones became so synonymous with this character. He's not just Darth Vader, guys, he's also Mufasa. And actually, this movie opens with a really nice, touching tribute to him. I thought that was actually really awesome. And Pierre, the guy who does the voice of Mufasa in this movie, well, he does a great job as much as he can do, but it's kind of weird to imagine that he's gonna go from sounding like this to having an extremely deep voice when he's just a tad bit older. I understand that's a nitpick, but I am just saying, it doesn't seem like it's gonna lead to that. Overall, I just don't think this movie justifies itself well enough. It doesn't improve on the original, and it maybe even takes away from it a bit. And I appreciate the huge amount of effort that it took to make this movie. I mean, visually, it is phenomenal. The voice cast all work really hard to try to create a story that just lands. I just don't think it ultimately does. I think perhaps if they wanted to tell an origin story for Mufasa, Mufasa, it might have been better off being like a straight to streaming animated movie. Do you guys remember back in the day, in the 90s, they were making sequels to some of those famous Disney movies, and they were just straight to DVD. They did that with The Lion King, actually. They did a Lion King 2, they did an Aladdin 2. They could have done a Mufasa prequel and had it go straight to Disney Plus as a streaming animated film. But ultimately, I don't think I am the target audience. The target audience is the kids. And do I think kids are going to enjoy this movie? Yes, I actually do think kids are going to enjoy this movie. There is a lot of stuff in this movie that is going to keep them entertained, and I think the adults are going to find things here and there that they really like, but you're going to be comparing this to that original story, and if you're like me, you're going to be wondering, what is the point of all of it? It's a one-time watch for me, and so that's the reason I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10. It is by no means a disaster. It's not a waste of your time. I did enjoy that I saw it. I'm happy that I can say that I have experienced it, but I don't think I'll be trying to experience it again anytime soon. That's my thoughts on it. What did you guys think of it? Please put your thoughts on it in the comments and let me know. If you like this video, you should hit the like button just to let me know that you liked it. And if you want to hear more things from me, you should subscribe to this channel. Later.